Hello and welcome. These are horse racing selections for Monday, the 6th of November. I am not supposed to be here, and I am Flat Cap Callum, and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Bonus vid Monday territory. I didn't think Monday looked great at all, to be honest, in terms of on face value, and that's what sometimes you go into these things and you find things you're not expecting. Sometimes it looks great, it's not, but yeah. To be honest, I'll be really straight. I was looking forward to just thinking I'm gonna have 3 days, really not get involved in the channel, and that'll be fine. And I was aware Tuesday at the moment on paper's got a few decent field sizes, but I was thinking that's going to be where it is. I could do with the mental rest of not looking at YouTube and whatnot. But I found myself this evening having a bit more time than I expected, and I'm going through stuff, and yeah, I got a little collection of very, very nice prices, and I was like, it's one of them ones, isn't it? Don't do it on the vid, then I might have a good day. Equally, part of me is getting some mild paranoia as well around the fact that, yeah, if I do stuff on the video compared to the stuff I don't put on the video, there's seeming to be a little bit of a difference at the moment, yeah, I don't know, but so I'm putting it out there because it's the best I've got, and yeah, to be honest, I've been reflecting a lot recently around just the prices don't seem to be there, and then lo and behold I go look for Monday racing, and I found a few of them. And so if I was doing a proper vid today, then yeah, I'd have a whole right good staking plan. So what I've done is I've just distilled it down, best 4 races as far as I'm concerned, and the 6 horses. So I've got a Yankee, and we've got a combination double. So it's £12 stake. That is what I'm doing to start the week off on this unexpected video. The full thing's going to be in the comment, just because I'm trying to do a quick vid. It will be a little bit longer than the average quick vid. I'm not going to go into like how we got on the weekend. I'll do all that on Tuesday nights. But yeah, just a bit of commentary on these horses. So basically got one race in each meeting. So I've got a Kempton, a Hereford, a Plumpton, and a Wolverhampton. And prices, average prices at the time making the video, 133 to one shot, 240 to one shots, and a 66 to one shot. And there's a couple of them where you can actually get slightly better prices on 365 time of making the video. The bookmaker advice is very, very specific. So on the Yankee, Sky are only better by one leg, which is the first leg of the 130 Kempton, and then it's 365 or Paddy. That is definitely where you probably want to be. If you haven't got those 3, then Betfair, Unibet, Betfred, Betway. I didn't include Boyle Sports, but you could have Boyle Sports on there and all. But those other bookmakers, those other 6 bookmakers, not Sky, they are 4 places on 2 of the races that bookies like Hills, AAA, Corals are not. So if you're booking with those ones, you've only got one race paying 4 places, whereas most of the bookies I've named are 4 places on 3, Sky are 4 on all of them. So yeah, you'll see it in the staking plan in the comment. So yeah, they're just decent. They're really, really decent prices. All of them fall under the category of they've got back form that says they couldn't get involved, certainly. And there's a couple of them that sort of caught my eye within that half a dozen because of the jockey booking, not because necessarily it's the best jockey or whatever in some of those instances, but jockeys that look like they're there for a reason. So I think it's the 130 Kempton, A Day in Your Life. I think that's got Joe Fanning on. That horse has been run over an adequate distance most of this season. It's gone back to a mile where actually historically it was better, and it always runs better when it's got a proper jockey on. I say a proper jockey. I don't want to diss that. Sometimes these claimers and amateurs do really well in their own right, but certain horses respond better to when you've got an experienced jockey on, and I think that's the case with that horse. So you can get 66 to 1 currently on 365. And there's also a couple of them that fall in the category of a jockey that's previously got on well with them has gone back on board. that's that. The other thing I was going to mention is the Melbourne Cup. So I don't know if I'm going to do any more bonus videos. I'm very keen on a horse in the Melbourne Cup, but it's very bookie specific. So very much, as far as I can see, I haven't gone through everything because you can't check so easily on odds checker. But in the Melbourne Cup, I really quite like the chances of Cleveland. It'll be overlooked from the perspective of it's got what is perceived to be a bad draw. If you look at the history of Melbourne Cup, people will say to you, you want low drawn better. But there's absolutely been some high drawn horses framed in the last sort of 5-6 years if you go look at the history of it. So I'm not put off by the draw for Cleveland. It's a cracking horse. It won the Chester Cup and it was 6th in the Iris Zarovich. So it's got really decent form over long distance races. It looks like it's been brought over to Australia early. They changed the trainer and it looks like it's sort of acclimatised quite well from the way it's been running. So the key thing with the horse is I am not advising it blindly, and I can't put it in the staking plan. I can't put it in the staking plan at the moment because I can't see clearly across all the bookmakers without going into every one. But the example being, I'm advising best I've seen is 365, 5 places, 33 to 1. That's a great bet. Hills, the next best I've seen, 25 to 1, 6 places. But if you give you the example of Paddy, 5 places, 12 to 1, appalling. Sky Bet 14s on 6 places. I would not be backing the horse at those prices. So I'm only saying this and I'm not staking it on the channel. But Cleveland Melbourne Cup, I'm advising if you can get the 33s on 365 or the 25s on Hills for 6 places, those are good. Or anything else comparable you find, put it in the comment. Alright, it wasn't quite a quick short video, but you get the drift. I'm trying to not spend loads of time doing stuff. I'll be back Tuesday night in theory with kind of a much longer video. But yeah, they're not great quality races today, certainly not. But from a price perspective, I don't know what they're going to do in the market, but absolutely there's a ton of value in all 4 in the Yankee, and then even in the combo double, there's another one. Big price one in there and one a bit shorter. 14 to 1 short by that. Alright, that's the vid. Thank you very much. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. I'll be back Tuesday night, maybe before. Who knows? Bye bye.